only one place we can be, and that's Bashsea Aquatics. And I could sit here all day and look at all these coral frags, but that's not why I'm here. I'm actually here to look at some aquariums going in the new Legasea Aquarium. I don't know if anyone's here. Let's go and see. And look at the size of these koi right here. These koi are freaking mammoth. And these actually are gonna go into a pond that he actually is building outside his new house. I told you guys that he built the ponds for the aquarium house. Because the aquarium house used to be sea bashes, and these koi used to actually live there. Now they're living here just temporary until his pond is ready, but we have the place to ourselves. Look at these giant pillows. You wanna have a pillow fight? Actually, I think it's kind of cool. These are, I think, the bio medium that's gonna go into the Legasea Aquarium, so more stuff. There he is.
How you doing?
So obviously there's a lot of cool stuff that's always here, and I always get like stopped just like asking them questions about skimmers and protein this and all kinds of crazy filtration stuff. But we're actually here to look at some of the tanks that now have stands on them, so we have an idea. Remember the last time we were here, these tanks didn't have stands, and now they have filters as well. Yeah, and these are, again, the small exhibit that kind of just fit into some areas and stuff like that to kind of accentuate the big exhibit. So I don't want you to think that these are big, even though they're a big tank.
They're small.
They're small compared to the So walk me through this filtration
pretty
here.
Simple. Bashsea sump, we got the protein skimmer, we got a media chamber. None of the plumbing is done, but just pretty much water will collapse down to the filter, process, pumps right back up. So this is like what we call just it's a separate tank. It's not connected to anything else.
So this is like a gravity-fed sump system that does that. And then we're going to have some tanks that will be like pressurized. Though.
Yeah, some tanks won't have this. It'll be a completely different system. The bigger stuff, or that there's no room underneath, or it's in a different location.
Do you have any idea what's going in these? I know we have a list of fish that we're putting in.
I think one of these is going to be seahorses.
One of these is going to be seahorses.
That'd be cool. It might be the bigger one.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not really sure 1,000% what else is going in the other one.
Yeah.
Definitely not sharks.
Teeny
That's
baby
for
sharks.
Sure.
Envision this for the shark tank, but
25 feet of it.
They take up this entire room and a lot taller. That's what the shark tank is going to look like. And we have another. Look at this guy's got the Legasea Aquarium on here. Oh my God, that looks so freaking cool. Some of the filtration people are going to see, some of it's going to be hidden, but just the fact that you put that in there is cool, you know?
Sometimes I do things just to do things.
Yeah.
And if there's ever that moment where somebody needs to look at it, at least it looks killer.
Steve is definitely a details guy, and that's why I love him. But talk about killer. Take a look at this here. Remember these zigzag tanks? Again, they're not giant tanks, right? But together, look at this. I'm going to walk with you right here. This is the start. This is all together here. But there's a bunch of different tanks, but they're going to be lined up together like this. So this is the start, and it goes all the way here, all the way here, all the way here, all the way here, all the way down to here. I mean, how freaking cool is that? If you're walking and you just see this, and again, you're gonna have different things. Like, one might be, neon tetras. It's gonna be all freshwater. Gonna have like what, plants coming out?
Plants. I think angelfish. Real peaceful community, colorful.
But you're literally looking at like 20 feet of these tanks. 20? Is it more than 20 feet? You think?
I didn't even measure, but I think it's more than 20 feet.
Yeah, it looks like it's more than 20 feet. The black sand in the bottom, again, kind of simplistic. Sumps in the bottom. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, it's gonna be sumps. There'd be one sump underneath each one. You won't see them obviously. It's going to look like one long tank, but it's actually going to be 3 separate tanks.
Exactly, and that will be like kind of what you see when you walk in the freshwater area, along with a koi pond on one side and another giant tank on the other side that's going to have, discus, cichlids. This is the first time I've seen it. It looks cool.
It's different now.
It looks cool.
It's hard to explain until you actually get them on the stands, and I was like, it's just cool.
And then this will all get themed out. You obviously won't see any of the stands or any of the sumps and stuff like that. And then of course I think this tank is really cool. Again, I haven't seen it on the stand yet. It's a weird tank, you know what I mean? Like it's a shape that you don't normally see from a tank. No idea where this is gonna go yet.
No idea. It's gonna be a filler tank, but it's gonna be one of those that's still super unique. I think it's gonna be really sweet.
Yeah, it's just kind of jutting out from the wall, and I think it's pretty cool. And then this tank, I haven't seen this on the stand. This is freaking awesome, man. I know. Look at the sump down here. I mean, it's just crazy cool. And again, the way this will work is like on one side of the wall, you're gonna have the wall bowing in with the tank, so the whole wall will bow in. So it feels like this kind of bow thing. And then on the other side, we're going to have a giant 12-foot bow front tank. Instead of concave, it's convex, so it goes out and stuff like that.
To have the wall to match just gives it that other effect, you might say.
It's going to be cool, man. I love it. And then look at how beautiful this tank is. Tucked in the corner. And again, I can't stress enough, these are like filler tanks. I mean, not that they're not beautiful tanks, and in someone's house, this would be, amazing. These are going to be like really small exhibits for us compared to the giant 3,500 to 30,000 gallon tanks that we're going to be building. So good accent pieces and stuff like that. And because Steve had them here, he's able to build the sumps, get them all ready, so that when we get over there, he can just plug them in and get it going really quick, because there's so much work to do. But that's a beautiful tank. And if you guys remember the last time we were here as well, they were actually welding this particular stand to actually go like this. So now we're seeing it like this. It's just, you know, again, little things like this just absolutely make me so happy.
The littlest things, just getting them on stands and the life support underneath was like starting to smell it now. You know, you're starting to really feel it. And a lot of these small tanks are for specific species, so you have to have the smaller tanks.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You're not going to want a giant tank for something like garden eels or something on that line,
or seahorse,
or seahorses and stuff like that, right? You know, so it's perfect. So you want that kind of mix, that juxtaposition between, you know, cool accent tank to the giant exhibit. Giant exhibits are coming here in about 3 weeks. My guy is coming up and starting to build the first exhibit on site that are absolutely going to be mammoth, including a predator fish tank that's going to be 25 foot by 12.5 foot, 5 foot tall, that are going to be for arapaima, arowana, red-tail catfish. I mean, you name it, it's going to be crazy. We've got platinum garfish, we've got albino garfish. I just bought a platinum gourami. I mean, it's just like, it's going to be absolutely incredible, the predator tank. And then he's building a bunch of other stuff too. And then of course the tanks that we bought are starting to get delivered at the beginning of October. It's on, game on, man. It's here. But this is it's cool to come here. Gosh, what else you got to show me?
Biomedia for days.
I know, you saw the biomedia. This is all stuff.
It's all packed. Like I'm talking about a container, dude. No pallets in the container.
Oh gosh. So
they
you
open the door completely full, top to bottom.
So you guys just have to hand them out.
Oh, 250 bags.
250 bags. Got to have that biomedia, and we're gonna need a lot of it.
Custom made, custom color. Some of it's never been made before.
Wow.
It's very, very specific. So a lot of it's obviously going to be at Legacy. You know, clearly keeping everything alive, right?
I don't know about you guys, but I am definitely getting excited about it. There's not a day that goes by, not a minute that goes by that I'm not thinking about the aquarium, what we need to do, what we need to accomplish, what it's going to be like when it's done. It's so exciting, but don't get me wrong, I still love the Reptarium. And the Reptarium isn't going anywhere. You guys know that the majority of the animals here will be moving across the street, but not all of the animals here will be moving across the street. And again, it's like I said here, you know, Ivy will go across the street to an even larger enclosure for her, which is going to be very similar to this, a little bit bigger, which is going to be cool. But Ariana stays here, and we'll still have birthday parties, private events. You can actually rent this Reptarium with all the new animals, which you guys will get to know, and we'll train and do all that stuff. You can rent the entire place and be to yourself. So this isn't going to be open to the public anymore, but you will be able to still come here and hang out if you want to do, again, a private event at the zoo. If you don't, you go across the street and you're in the public, and that'll be awesome as well. And there's still a lot that you're going to be able to do here. And Drogo is the perfect example. You know, we actually are going to keep Drogo here. Hey buddy, what are you doing, you silly little monkey? And it's just because, you know, he's really happy in this environment. He's been here for 3 years now. He knows the place, he understands the place, and I think it might be stressful to take him across the street and start over again. So we might as well just leave him here. So again, if you want to do a sloth experience, you don't want to do it open to the public across the street, you can come and do a sloth experience with Drogo here, which is going to be absolutely cool. And again, it's just about experiences. You guys know that, you know, in all honesty, everything I do is about experiences. You know, honestly, we're probably going to lose money keeping this Reptarium going, right? Even though we will rent it out and you can do sloth stuff and you could do other stuff like that, the cost to keep this place up and not being open to the public probably means that we'll probably lose money on this place. Hopefully we'll make money on the aquarium. But the fact is that I still want to offer that experience of that, like, intimacy of being in the Reptarium by yourself.
What?
Just messing around like always. And then she freaks out when it moves fast. It's wild. Stop. Stop.
Why?
What are you doing?
I just want to
Feed your...
reptiles.
Stop.
I just want to reptiles.
Honey, it's not fair. Because you can hit me, but I can't hit you back. No, down. Ew. What is... Dude, Connie is on one today.
What's that, bud? What's that, bud? What'd you say about me, bud?
Unfortunately for people that are coming over to this Reptarium, Perdita is certainly going to be across the street because, listen, this is an animal that I want everyone to be able to interact with. And that's kind of the thing, you know, the mission behind everything, the Reptarium, the aquarium, everything, is the fact that I want people to have experiences that I've been able to do my whole life. You know, I've been able to travel all over the world, get behind the scenes at zoos, play with animals that no one gets to play with. I shouldn't say no one, but very few people get to play with. And I wanted to create an environment where other people could do it. Just anybody could come in and play with a python, interact with an armadillo, could pet a sloth, you know, the things like that. And that's really the same mission statement that we're going to have across the street at the aquarium, just bigger, right? So we're taking the same idea of the Reptarium, we're just expanding it into the aquarium. That way you not only can do the same thing with reptiles, there's going to be more mammals that you're going to be able to interact with, obviously a hobby and Sid, and some other surprises that are coming very soon that you guys are going to absolutely love. As a matter of fact, today we just bought a new animal that's going to be coming in a few weeks that is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But we want to have those interactions so that you guys can have the experience that I've been able to have my whole life.
All right there, tiger. Over here, buddy. Ooh, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bang, bang. Over here. Okay, no. Follow the clouds. Thank you.
It's not that hard.
I'm glad you're good for something around here.
You know, as much as I hate that Speedy's not in my backyard and Matilda is there, it seems like Speedy's enjoying himself over here climbing rocks. And the kids love him because he's more interactive than Matilda is, to be honest with you. So he's pretty cool. And you know, the fact of the matter is that's the reason why we're doing Across the Street is, again, that vision. I always say I want to be the Disney of animals, right? You know, have that same Disney mentality, but, you know, in the animal world, whether it's aquariums, mammals, or reptiles. And of course, I always will be a reptile guy. But, you know, every day is so important right now because we only have about 3.5 months from the deadline that we really want to open up. So literally every single day something significant has to start happening or we're going to miss that opportunity. And things are starting to heat up. Now we've got all our permits back. People are working on things. The window framing is starting to go in tomorrow. We're getting heating and cooling next week, trenching of floors. We're going to start building the tanks that need to be built on site here in just about 3 weeks. So things have to start happening. But that's the vision, guys. And listen, I know some people think that, you know, it seems crazy that I'm spending all of my money, literally spending everything I have and even borrowing whatever I possibly can in my health condition. But listen, all that matters to me is to leave the legacy, right? You know, leave the legacy. Don't get me wrong, I hope 20 years from now I'm still enjoying that legacy. But no matter what happens, I want to make sure that we leave something that's going to be impactful to the community for decades and decades to come. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, be kind to someone, and I promise I'll see you in the next one.